What is up? Today I'm going to be running you through what I would typically eat in a day. I've just recently started back up in a calorie deficit and focusing on training a little bit more after a bit of a maintenance phase, and to be honest, just been a little bit lazy with my training in the previous months. So running through exactly what I would typically eat. I trained first thing in the morning. I didn't record what my first meal was, but typically if I'm training first thing in the morning, I will just have a banana and some caffeine about 45 minutes to an hour prior to training, and then I'd come back and have my first meal of the day. So I've just come back from the gym and this is my first proper meal, I'd say, for the day, and it is a serving of protein yogurt with a little bit of oats, frozen berries, and then just a small handful of dried craisins as well. The first proper meal of the day will change up just depending on when I train. So if I train first thing in the morning, I'll just have the banana and then this. But if I train a little bit later in the day, just depending on whether I have clients or not, my first meal will generally be cream of rice with protein and then frozen berries. And that'll generally be, again, about an hour before the workout. But most days I train first thing in the morning and I don't want to have a huge meal prior to training. So usually just the banana and then the yogurt with berries. All right, it's lunchtime and this is by far the easiest meal that I make throughout the day. It takes less than 5 minutes. Quite simply, it is just 150 grams of frozen veg, 125 grams of rice. I've fried off 2 eggs that I'll chuck in here as well, with 2 cans of tuna, and then I'll just add a little bit of soy sauce and then also a little bit of the half-fat Kewpie mayo as well. It tastes pretty nice, but honestly the main reason I eat this is just because it's so quick and easy to prepare. Sometimes I don't even fry off the eggs and I'll just have the tuna and the veg and rice by itself. I'll use microwave rice 90% of the time, but this week I hadn't been lazy and I'd prepared some rice earlier. Yeah, really easy to stick to, simple, easy, tastes good. The only thing I'm really particular with this meal is, it doesn't matter how you make it, is just weighing out the rice is something that a lot of people get caught up on. I just make sure that there's only 1 serving of rice rather than just adding it in and hoping for the best, because it is quite calorie dense. And then also the mayonnaise as well. Even though it's half fat Kewpie mayonnaise, it's pretty calorie dense. So I'll just make sure that's between 15 and 20 grams and no more than that. If you're not a huge fan of tuna, you definitely don't have to just add the tuna to this. You can have chicken rather than tuna, or even lean beef mince. If you did go the chicken, it kind of tastes a bit like a fried rice, and it's quite good. I just literally can't be bothered cooking chicken every single day or even a couple of times a week, to be honest with you. And it's just for pure convenience that I would rather just grab a couple of cans of tuna and add it in. So for a quick arvo snack, I'll most days usually just have a protein shake, unless I'm feeling a little bit hungrier or I've had a different meal earlier in the day, then I might have the yogurt with fruit, but usually just a protein-rich snack just to kind of help me hit my protein target, and the protein shake is the quickest and easiest way to do that. I usually add 5 to 10 grams of creatine into the protein shake as well. And for dinner, I'll have crispy chicken tacos. I'll have a couple of these 3, and then maybe a couple more after that. And I'll generally switch between these, steak and potatoes and veg, and then also occasionally spaghetti bolognese. So that pretty much sums up what I would eat on a regular day in a calorie deficit. All bar the dessert, because it was Valentine's Day. We lashed out and got some chocolates and strawberries, but it didn't really end up being that much more than I would normally have. Usually I just have like a Cyclone ice block or something under 100 calories just to finish off the day. But yeah, that would still put me in probably around a 500 calorie deficit, which is pretty bang on what you're kind of aiming for. Usually I try to go a little bit more aggressive, so maybe say somewhere between 750 and 1,000. Just because don't have a huge appetite most of the time when I'm just eating regular food. But yeah, if you liked any of those meals and wanted me to show you any recipes, mention it in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a like and subscribe, and I will be back with another one. Cheers.